Oh man, so as you guys may have known, YNW Melly was in a fight for his freedom after being accused of killing his two friends, YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie. Now, after weeks long trial, it has officially been called a mistrial. And after that, the prosecution has decided that they're going to retry him again, so he's going to go through the process once again. We're going to be seeing what's going to happen in that situation, but right here we're talking about Adam 22 and he having a conversation with Old Block J Hood. Now, Old Block J Hood recently, probably like a year or so ago, went viral for saying that he had a conversation with King Von about YNW Melly's involvement in the murders of his two friends. And he basically said that him and Von was arguing because he couldn't understand how Von was supporting someone who did that to his homies. Adam 22 said some very interesting shit in response during this conversation. I'm gonna talk to y'all about that, and I'm gonna break down the personality of Adam 22 and why he's successful in this world, this hip-hop landscape. I'm gonna break it down to y'all, but let's get into what's going on right here. Let's peep in.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he killed his two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me. Bro, why you put that shit up there, bro? Well, out the bam, I'm like, nigga, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust the nigga that'll kill his two friends? And he said, man, nigga, them niggas was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them? Why you calling niggas to be around you and all this if they trying to extort you? So yeah, Von told me that, and Melly need to be locked up.
You think so?
Hell yeah. So I think it's weird that when a person is somebody in the world and an entertainer and they do something, then people freedom. But if I, Jamal, a poor man, do something, kill my two friends, hang them.
I'd be saying free you.
Cause you know me now,
well,
in a little way. But I'm saying if you didn't know me and it was a regular dude.
Like when I say free Melly, it's like, A, we have a friendship, so I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a great artist, he's incredibly talented, so I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Do I see the facts coming out about the case and does it make me question if he actually is guilty or not? Yeah, it does. But also, like, even if he did it, you still gotta root for him being able to beat those bodies, right? You still gotta like hope that he could just be free, right?
Adam.
If he's gonna be judged, I agree with you. He should be judged after he dies. I don't want to see the court judging him. Now they are, and they will,
okay,
and if they make a good case, then this is like the legal system's like a game that he's just like ended up in here, right?
See, now we have the same care if it wasn't two black men that were murdered. If it was two white young boys that was murdered that way, would he have the same care? Or is it because it's hip hop and he already understands that he's not within the culture, he's just a spectator. So he's just enjoying it from a spectator standpoint. Like, you know, like think about that shit the way he just said. Think about that shit, and we can come back to that point, you know? Let's keep watching.
Here's a game.
Because you know tons of people who killed people that didn't get arrested for it, right?
Because they want us to kill each other.
Right.
And that's why you got things like in the black neighborhoods, don't snitch. But in white neighborhoods, y'all got neighborhood watch. But in black neighborhoods, you got shh. You a bitch. You a snitch if you run and tell a cop. They want us to kill each other.
But that mentality is because, okay, if there's a crime committed in a rich, affluent white neighborhood, it's almost certainly not going to be committed by the people who actually live there. Like, they're not killing each other. If something happens in O Block, if somebody gets killed, realistically, probably either got killed by somebody else who lives there or somebody who lives like a half a mile down the street, right?
What they got to do with allowing for somebody to, like, what they got to do with, you know, a notoriety and the authorities to save lives? Because if y'all start this no snitch rule, then it's gonna be easier for people to kill somebody in broad daylight because they like, shit, ain't nobody gonna tell nobody, don't nobody wanna be called a snitch. So it's kind of like people are scared to be called a snitch. But I save a life. Forget a life, because you're gonna die. I'ma die. It's the soul that matters. Do you know, like, the life ain't in the body. The life is in the spirit that's in the body. That's why your body is alive. Adam, when you die, your soul's coming out of there. And that body going to what? To dirt. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You are walking in the valley of the shadow of death. You know what that is? Soon as you see your shadow, you're looking at a representation of something that's soon to die. Your shadow is walking through the valley of the shadow of death. You're gonna die.
Hopefully not at the hands of an op.
It doesn't matter what it looks like.
Sorry.
It don't matter what it look like, bro. And I get it. You know, the flesh is prideful, and we as people, we think it's it's all funny until it ain't funny no more. Like for niggas who like they be so tough, like Von, like look at my homie. It was all good until it ain't.
Yeah, that is the crazy thing about Vaughn is that he, allegedly lived his life like doing all these murders and everything, and then he got taken out over what was essentially a bullshit ass little internet beef that probably didn't need to escalate to that situation. But I mean, when you look at Vaughn's death, would you say that he basically was the victim of pride because he walked up on somebody
and of what God said? You live by when he said it, he told people, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And so swords now is guns. So if you live by the gun, you gonna die by the gun if you don't repent. Cause God give you, we gonna fall short, we gonna mess up. No man will live and be perfect. He said that there will be no righteous man under the sun that won't sin. So, but if you die, if you out there doing that, man, God gave him how many chances? Von beat like 2 bodies in the courtroom.
Right.
Those are chances. He had a light, but he shined his light for darkness.
And I think that Vaughn was caught up in this moment of pride where he was feeling himself. He's one of the hottest rappers in the country. And so he just takes it upon himself that he knows that he's in the same location as somebody he has a problem with. So he walked up on him and started punching him. And realistically, like, just didn't even take into consideration the reality of the fact that you were punching on somebody who's probably got homies standing right there with guns.
Yeah. And so that happened so that anger leads to death. That's what the Bible says. Refrain from anger. Refrain from bitterness, because those things lead to death. Anger leads to death. Like, I get it, bro. Especially when there's a lot of other religions and all that stuff. And so it's hard to be like, man, why is their religion better than theirs? And why is this and why is that? And it's like, if you would not listen to what nobody's saying and go and see why everybody always talking about hell if you don't follow the ways of Christ and if you don't go get reborn and have that spirit for your sanctification. I'm telling you, bro, I was there. I used to try to kill people. I used to love waking up in the next day trying to rob, steal, plot, just knocking out poor people. And it was because of the environment that I was in and I had no hope. And when you ain't got no hope, then you gonna go try to take some hope from somebody who got it.
Let me ask you this. We had FYB J Main on the podcast the other day.
Hold on, that's a bar, bro. Bring that back one more time.
And it was because of the environment that I was in and I had no hope. And when you ain't got no hope, then you gonna go try to take some hope from somebody who got it.
Let me ask you this. We had FYB J Main on the podcast the other day, and he said that in Chicago, everybody knows who killed Tuka. And it's a
lie.
If you know, you know type vibe.
Lie.
You think that's a lie?
I know it's a lie. They don't know who killed Tuka. They don't know who killed him.
You know?
Who? Hey, shit.
I doubt the cops are going to be knocking on your door being like, hey, you told Adam that you know, so now you're going to tell us. It don't matter
whether or not, because shit, I'm not opening up my mouth to no cops. They got cameras.
Right.
Just like they caught OD Death with the 63rd camera, Tuka died on 63rd. They got cameras. They don't need me, and they don't want me. No way, but at the end of the day, yeah, I know who killed bro. And they don't know. Because they said that he dead, which means they don't know. And a lot of people, they just, like, you gotta understand that, and I ain't trying to dish y'all, J-Main and any of these other dudes that, that's doing this YouTube stuff. And honestly, I'm not trying to diss them, but in our actuality, they ain't doing this for no other reasons other than clout, money, and entertainment.
All right, so that's interesting, man. Hey, J Hood, I love the journey that he's on, bro. Whatever to get you out of the mind state that you were in when you was a jit, it's good that you figured something else out. All right, so let's talk about Adam 22, bro. Y'all seen how this whole shit like a game to this man. And he is the direct representation of these fans, these white hip-hop fans that be, you know, at the front row at all the damn concert, the festivals, doing all the drugs possible. He is them. He's them. And he's using his platform to get a better vantage point to be entertained by the degeneracy of our black culture, bro. He looks at this shit strictly for entertainment, bro. And he loves to be able to sit down and interview them, to get into their mind, to pick their mind. He knows he's gonna make money because people have the same interests as him. Obviously, I just told y'all, the same kids that be at all the concerts and shit, he's them. So of course he goes and hires all the gang members possible in LA to be able to go on his platform and talk gang shit, while he just sit there get a front row ticket to be able to see them doing shit. He also has a front row ticket to see them get into fights and squabbles and shit while he's there. But to hear him speak about the YNW Melly situation, as far as no regards for the 2 black men that lost their life at all, that shit crazy. While many people in the black community are trying to forward the conversation from just continuously idol worshiping and forgiving this degenerate behavior, Adam 22 is egging it on. From his position of power, from his position of influence, he's egging it on, egging it on. Oh, I want to see him beat 2 bodies. Even if he did it, not even coming from the standpoint of he probably didn't do the shit. Even if he did it, it'll be cool to see him beat 2 bodies, bro. What about those families, bro? And do you know what happens if he beats those 2 bodies? Those family, that family that's still gonna be hurt, and what they're gonna do, they're gonna try to get retaliation because they didn't get the real justice. They're gonna try to get street justice. So you know what that causes, Adam 22? The same shit that you enjoy, I'm sure. More murders, more blood being shed. But it's not your people's blood, so you really don't care. It's just entertainment for you. See, when you come into this culture, you have to understand those things. And also us, we got to reinforce those things. See, me myself personally, I recently did a video talking about YF and Lucci and Young Thug. And it said that the murder rate in Atlanta has dropped down 35% since they've been in jail. That's what's being reported. The numbers are fluctuating, but it is a difference since they've been locked up. And I covered it from a perspective of the fans that are so forgiving for Young Thug's actions because they're super fans. But in a satirical manner, I took the position as a fan that's upset with Young Thug because of his actions. I'm not going to be able to enjoy his music. I'm not. And why would you even do this shit when you are in a position to do better for your people, do better for your friends, but instead you send them on crash test dummies? Some people that view my video, it didn't go over well to them because they thought that I was just valuing his music over human life, but I just was playing devil's advocate for people that excuse his actions just because they're fans of his music, saying that even if that's all you care about, you still should be upset with the positions that he caused, the things that he caused. But we got to care more about our lives, because once again, as J Hood pointed out, you guys move totally different in your community. Don't sit there in your position and reinforce the negative dumb shit we do in my community, because that's not how y'all move. And to my point, you especially can't be doing that because now you are a visitor in our community that has gotten some real estate and influence. So you can't be talking like that from your vantage point, bro. Fuck no. But I may be wrong. And if you don't agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, Doja Boy Stacy, and I'll fuck with you the reason why, because you fucks with me. Hey, I'm out, man.